Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. Say Gus out the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes, I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us on your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shortage. What's worth of a lady? It's nice, but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. Within took a long fine eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. He was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so charmed. I felt this sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes are killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl.
Body me LP, oh yeah, nah.
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe. Shaped like a cocoa bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty. I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk, she must be from a planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger, we look good together. Take your place in my heart with your beauty. I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
Such the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. Your beauty shines and breeze at night. All I really want in my life. Oh yeah. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl. What beautiful girl, yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money. You seen her? Hot Ice. Have you seen her? LP. Have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look.
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time, I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace up with presents and gifts. Call me Santa. Claus, I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me ass and culture, I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl.
touching and kissing, make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola. But I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
All right, welcome back. Hello. Welcome back. Do me a favor, hit that like button, share, subscribe. Hit it. And make sure you turn on all your notifications just in case. All right, how's everybody doing? Good to see you. Hello, Paula. Good to see you, Paula. Hey, Natu, how far? How you doing? All right, we got a couple of things to cover today. Today is Friday, chill Friday. Okay, maybe a little freaky Friday too. All right, so welcome. We're gonna have some chats, some updates, of course, and then we're gonna. But before I get into any of that, let's just do some house rules. Welcome. Yes. First of all, shout out to all my sponsors: Natu, Richie, Adesua, Film Girl, Open Floor by Tima, Show Mama, Gorex Corner, D-Love. Thank you. I appreciate you. We're looking for today's sponsor. Any amount, 99 cents, anything. You become the sponsor of today and you support the mission here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. My name is Ola. I'm coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. Basically, what we talk about here is trendy topics. We cover trendy topics and we extract relationship lessons from a self-power, social, heart of seduction, attraction, emotional intelligence standpoint. Those are the things we focus on. We kind of leave everything else. Who is right? Who is wrong? Who is to blame? Who's at fault? We leave that to other platforms. I see that it's obvious that too many people don't like that. Okay? They would rather we point figures as something outside of self. So, but that's fine with me because we have a mission to help a few people elevate, okay, their skills, their game when it comes to romantic relationships, especially, So that's what we're here to do. If you haven't downloaded the books, you can download it. The BOLAAKK in parentheses S, right? Because there's a second one that is in the middle of launching right now. Number one red flag, okay? But you can get access to this right away, okay? They're available in every version. PDF is free. Audiobook is free if you are joining audible.com. But you can also get hardcover like this. You can get paperback, Kindle, all of it. It's available. Okay. All right. So go check them out. You can get access to those books. We pour everything into those books. So take advantage of it. The one with our picture on it is literally our testimony plus our methods, and how you can use it. Okay, everybody's is different. What works for some people may not work for other people. At least have something working for you before you say that, right? But anyway, welcome. Yes, so loveandprestige.com is where you go to go get access to those books. Obviously, application is unique to everybody. But there are principles that literally work all the way across the board. Literally. Like, we can't make this up, okay? It is what it is, okay? Anyway, so now what else is in our house rule? If you're looking for counseling, you just go to counseling99.com, okay? And also, if it's your first, you're just looking to see if it's a fit, we do have a discovery session that you can book for 30 minutes for free. Okay, you can find that at lolaandola.com/discovery. Okay. Anyway, so let's get to today's business. Let me see. Natu is sponsoring today's show. Thank you so much. Oh, Natu, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Natu. That's a lot. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Natu. I appreciate you. Okay. MOP, did you realize since that time you blocked me, I lost all my privilege? Oh, really? Oh, we gotta put that back. Let me see if I can get that. But how do we do that though? It's not something I do all the time. I think I can figure that out in a minute here or less. Now we gotta put you back on there. We have about we've got a couple of oh, I see what you're talking about. Oh, that's easy. We could take care of that right now. Thank you, Jerry. You're taken care of now. It should be good now. Thank you, Natu. I appreciate you. All right. So now shout out to all three of you watching me live. I appreciate you. If you can just share to your community post or to your Twitter or something like that. This title right here, Jealousy, How Ex-Fiance Burnt Down Her House and Restaurant. We're going to go through that really quickly. Not now, but you know, that's one of the stories we're going to cover today. Okay. But before we get into that, let me just tell you, hold on one second. Tomorrow, my wife is going to be hanging out with us. There you go. She's going to be hanging out with us tomorrow. We have 5 important topics we're going to be covering tomorrow together. So we're going to be chatting, and please tell everyone else to show up so that we can make it even, the more the merrier. Like, I can't front. The more the merrier, okay? So the more you show up, the more we can chat, go back and forth. So she'll be hanging out with me here just like she does once every month or so. So we're going to do that tomorrow at 5 p.m. So please be on the lookout for that. All right. But today we're covering this topic, jealous as F. All right. Gorex Alpha, how you there? Good to see you. All right. So let's do this. I'm trying to get my with that donation right now. I lost my. By the way, everybody, please support Natu. We're going to talk more about this tomorrow, actually, Natu, okay? We're going to talk more about this tomorrow. But support Natu right there at qualisa.inc on Instagram. Okay, thank you, Natu. All right, so let's see. We've got a few topics to cover today. Yep. I'll be right back. All right, so let's talk about, let me see here. Oh, I don't have my monitor on. Let's talk about Bovi. How many people know Bovi? Have you seen Bovi live before? Bovi is a Nigerian comedian. He's the best comedian in Nigeria, in my opinion. Anybody wants to argue with me on that? Bovi is the best comedian in Nigeria. There's one other guy. I always forget his name. It was on this Netflix thing that Basketball just did. But it's an OG guy. It's probably like in the era of Alibaba and them. I don't think Alibaba is funny. I mean, to be fair, I haven't listened to him long enough. But there's one guy from that era that's just, and I'm not talking about Julius Agu either. Julius Agu is better at being characters, not his jokes are not funny to me. But Bovi is funny. I think he's the best comedian out of Nigeria. I'm trying to think about this guy's name. Nigerian comedians. Let me see if I can because he is one of my favorites too. This too, you know, I don't think Basamata is funny too. I think it's mostly Connie. So damn, I can't see any of these guys. Let's see. No, definitely not AY. AY beats Bao. AY is in the bottom 5. I'm sorry. AY is a good entertainer. We should call him an entertainer, right? Yeah. So Bovi, anyway, Bovi had a video on Instablog, made a video that made it to Instablog Nigeria today. I'm gonna play that video and then I'll talk about the lessons I think we should extract from that. Let's get into it.
I've told you. Stop trying. You can't get me. I've told you. See your life.
See, no audio. Can you guys hear me now? No audio. All right, sorry about that. Can you hear me now? All right, but you saw the joke now, Abby. Maybe you saw the joke. So I was just reading some of the comments on the post. Sorry about that. Anyway, chill. Let's see. All right, so this person says There was a cut. May we marry our best friend? So I went under that comment because I see that there's a lot of comments, but it looks like they were just agreeing with him. This person said, let us surprise you in peace now. At least pretend to be surprised. Nah. If you want to surprise me properly. That's the fun part about it, right? Let's make sure you get it right, right? This made me smile. The bond shows they are fond of each other. All right. I'm gonna make my data finish. I beg. I won't leave social media for relationship people. Okay. Why am I smiling now? Please, you people should stop this thing before person go mistakenly fall in love. Falling in love is a good thing. Don't let anybody tell you that falling in love is a bad thing. Okay. You know, people are very quick these days to tell you that, you know, but that's not true love, that's real love. You know, listen, you need all of it, okay? You need to fall in love. You also need to learn how to love for real, to sustain long time. You need all of the above, okay? One is not more important than the other in 2023, okay? Don't let anybody tell you that. Because there's as much as they are preaching that, people are still filing for divorce and breaking up everywhere. Because they have nothing left after they put attempt into being intentional. There's no friendship left, right? So this is just a demonstration of friendship between spouses. After trying for 14 years, you cannot allow her win this one. Okay, so they've been together for 14 years. Is that what they're saying? Maybe. I think they've been together for a long time. She's meant to know the way she's married to. Voila. Married people are too proud. I want though. You know what? We can't help it. I admit, okay? I accept, Mugba. But the reality is that, you know, if you figure it out, it's a good thing to figure it out, right? Now this kind of marriage, I want no be the one with them you they do. Or you are saying that now. You was like, seems like it was best friend. I think you just dipped his hand in the wrong things. That's what happened to him. Sometimes there's no coming back from making that small mistake. Okay, are you not an actor? Act it and let her win in peace. No. You have to win for real. If that was my wife, I won't let her win in peace either. Okay. Comrade, you serve for pretend small now. Okay, so people are taking this joke thing to the next level. Like pretend. No. The fun part is that he wasn't pretending. Allow a woman to win. She gets to win in every other area. All right, so that's a nice one. Now, the real point that I want to extract out of here, D-Love, welcome. The real point that I want to extract here today is very, very simple. It's the easiest thing ever, but people overlook it because it's simple. Okay? Because the human brain is complex. We're always looking for something more complicated, you know, like intentionality, like you must come equally, and communicate until you are tired of each other, right? Everybody think it has to be that way. Sometimes you do have to put those hats on, right? For majority of the time, friendship will carry a lot of weight for you. If you're with your friend, it will carry a lot of the weight for you. It doesn't exonerate you from the work you have to do to actually have a quality relationship, but it helps a lot. Okay, now if you flip it on the end, if all you have is just friendship and people don't have skills, that can also actually be bad too, you know, because then you resent them more because you start to look at like you're supposed to know better, right? So that's the issue there. But friendship, lots of sex. Okay, unless there's medical issue, lots of sex. Okay, manage your expectations. Give your partner the freedom to express their expectations. Give them 100% freedom to express their expectations. Manage your own expectations. Wait, all of that's not equal. Why is it not balanced? Because life no balance. All right, you want it to be balanced? Focus on giving. Give. If you're tired of giving, give to yourself. Okay? Give to yourself. Jump online, buy yourself something nice. Give yourself a nice treatment if you're tired of giving. Don't ever take your focus off of giving. If you take your focus off of giving, you collect. Okay? Manage your pride. We all have pride and ego. Manage your pride and your ego. Humble yourself. Be intentional about humility. It's not the easiest thing to do. It doesn't come natural. Okay? So be intentional about that. If you can focus on these 4 focus points, I think a lot of people will be fine. But of course, this kind of news does not make news, right? Because it's not sensational. They're not filing for divorce. So why would it make the news? So I thought I should highlight that as a warm-up to get to everywhere else we're going today. All right. Okay, let me see here. We have some more stories to cover. Hit that like button. We're missing about 6 likes. Hit that like button. Thank you. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. We have this young lady. She has a problem with couple goals. But let's see, before we assume, let's not make assumptions. It's lack of game that make people make assumptions. Assumptions are terrible. Assumptions, think about it, it's almost opposite of active listening. Like, you just make an assumption that you know what they're about to say and stuff like that. So try to avoid assumptions as a rule, okay, as a principle of life, okay. Even when you see the headline and it's like, oh, I know where they're going, just try it. Just try your best, because naturally we all assume, because we have so much. The more we become adults, the more we make assumptions, because we start to feel like we know a lot. You know, pride, ego, all of that, right? It creeps us on us, like, no, I know where they're going, you know, I do it too, okay. But let's not assume we know what she's saying. Let's just listen to it really quickly. All right, let's see what this young lady has to say.
Our generation, yeah, the devil tries to make us feel like we are missing out on some.
Yeah.
You see the problem with our generation, yeah? The devil tries to make us feel like we are missing out on something because somebody else is having it another way.
Okay, she said the problem with their generation. Let me see her face. I can't tell. She could be anything between the age of 25 and 55. Let's continue. So I'm not sure what generation she's talking about. Let's go.
You see this relationship for aesthetics thing? Hear me out. I love aesthetics so much. As a matter of fact, I'm an aesthetics baby. But because you're buying flowers for Rita, and because you're buying Chanel bag for Omomi, doesn't mean that if your partner doesn't buy you Chanel bag, he doesn't love you. No. Don't get caught up.
Oh, she's talking about contentment. I was thinking something that's entirely, right? She's talking about being contented. That's the word, right? Being content. You could say either word, right? I don't see a lot of people saying that these days. That's interesting. Let's keep going.
In the standard of social media relationship, build your foundation with your partner first.
Okay, so when I see wake up, there are no couple goals. I thought she was talking about something. I thought she wants to drag couples. You know, the ones that don't let us rest on social media, right? That's what I thought she was going to drag. But she's saying that don't look at people's highlights and then set yourself up for failure with that. Don't look at Chanel bags, Birkins, all this, you know, fancy stuff, Range Rover. Hey, you know, she's look at that, right? That's what she's talking about. We can't hate on that message, right?
Be honest with yourselves. Communicate and understand yourselves well. Because a lot of people want the aesthetics of relationship, but they don't want to do the work.
I keep hearing that. People just want what it looks like on the surface. They don't want to work, right? Or people listen to the last segment, which is friendship, but they don't realize that sometimes, you know, the devil will throw some sun inside a little bit. Now you need to know how to manage that to get out of it, because that negative moment, remember yesterday, those negative moments has a lot more power, stronghold over your overall experience if you let it, right? Even though when you're counting in seconds and hours, you actually have more good times, but negative moments are very powerful. You can dwell on it, you can build resentment out of it, right? So as much as you can have friendship, again, if you don't have the skill set for conflict resolution, you will have problems. I think that's what I will add on to when she says communication. Okay, because communication, just talking back and forth, that's not enough. You actually need to be able to listen actively.
They don't want to be loyal. They don't want to be humble or ready to accept individual
humility.
flaws. They just want aesthetics. Let's post for social media. Wake up. There's no couple goals. You create your own.
She said there's no couple goals. You create your... I think I like that message.
Goals.
She didn't say couple goals don't exist, but you create yours ultimately. I like it. I like it. I like it. Let me see what they're saying here. First of all, let me come to the chat. Gorex says, D-Love says she's making sense. She did make sense. Let me see here. Coming from a relationship aesthetic girl, please believe her. Not only her, know within her eyes don't see for the relationship. Oh my God. Coming from the wrong source. Why? What's wrong with that? Let me see. Is she like somebody popular? Is this counsels? Influencer. Oh, she's an influencer. Caramel. I don't know who she is. She's an influencer. Okay. She cancels her gender. Okay. Some people are like coming from the wrong source. What's the wrong source? God can speak to you through a donkey. Abinobiso. Right? If you agree with Caramel Sugar, like this post. Okay. And there's somebody soliciting for a post. But coming from the wrong source, Jesus, people are evil. This one don't see shege. Better believer, Lubata. A heartbreak for one is not a heartbreak for all. Some people might know some things that we don't know, right? Ignore the messenger and go home with the message. She spoke facts. All right? That's a word. Make una borrow me cement and bricks to build my relationship, I beg. The reason, so some people are very quick to say, you know, why is everybody talking about relationship? Because relationship is not your mate. That's what everybody has. That's something. That's one of the few things that everybody has to do, right? People have to die. People have to have relationships. Oh, you didn't think about it that way, right? Oh, yeah. So now the likelihood of people dying young is becoming lower and lower, right? In the United States, 76 years average lifetime. Nigeria, 52, right? All that time, you know what you're going to be doing? Relationships. If you don't know how to do it, you could just collect shege. People just need to be honest with themselves. Mr. Alao, a verified account, says some people want to receive what they're not willing to give. That's why I say focus on giving. Focus on giving. If you're tired of giving, give to yourself. Okay? When you're giving to yourself, don't just give material things to yourself. Give yourself self-development, personal improvement. Okay? Boost your value in the marketplace. In the dating marketplace. Should I spell it out? Right? They yearn for a loyal partner, yet their loyalty is often reserved solely for their own needs. Lobaton. They desire a healed and established partner, but they haven't made the necessary investment in their own financial, mental, and emotional growth. Okay. Word. The more we work on ourselves, the better people we get to have in our lives. That is a word. I like that. Now, these people are not being nice. They must know her better than I do. They said, right message, wrong messenger. What did she do to these people? No be you suppose they give advice for relationship matter. All right, exactly, correct. She might be speaking from experience now. What's wrong with that? Well, the best teachers teach from experience. Okay, write that down. The best teachers, they teach from experience. Let's see. You spoke well, sis. I go leave my papa and mama where they do lovey even at their age. Go carry a total stranger. Go do couple goals. No, now, or wrong. Well, it's okay to admire beautiful couple doing their thing. She was not talking about beautiful couple doing their thing. That's what I would have assumed, right? But she wasn't talking about that. She's saying you create your own couple goals. I think that's a good message, ultimately. but don't expect too much from them so you don't get disappointed if things go south. This person said love is scam. Sometimes some of these people are also fighting their own battles. Pictures can't tell. In a nutshell, not all that glitters is gold. All right, so let me give this quick analogy just to finish this segment. Okay, have you ever seen a very, very nice Range Rover and you admire it, whatever your favorite car is, right? And then you see one of them have an accident, right? Do you stop loving them, right? Do you generally just forget that it was once a nice Range Rover, somebody just crashed it? You don't, right? Okay, so life happens. Okay, at the end of the day, if you are looking to buy your next car, if you can afford it, you have a benchmark, you have an idea of what you have, right? See, we have benchmarks in everything else in life. The only place where we push back as benchmark is in relationships and marriage, because just do you know, everybody is different, because that's what we are very quick to say that. It's not wrong on paper, it's not wrong on the surface, right? But I would want to know why you're saying that, right? I want to know why you're saying that. I'll tell you like this, I'll put it to you, it's more entertaining. Misery Loves Company is much more entertaining than, you know what, maybe there's something I can learn. Especially we're talking about emotional level, right? When you find yourself in a very funky place emotionally, there's a part of you that's kind of addicted to the pain of it, like just touching it and just touching, like right? And there's a part of you that's subconsciously afraid of total healing, right? Subconsciously. And you need to start paying attention to that. Some people are just addicted to pain, right? So I'll just leave it at that. But she's absolutely right. At the end of the day, you can't take my own couple goal and transplant it to yours. The only thing you can ask me questions, I can share some experiences, I can say, hey, do it this way, do it that way, right? Even our coaching program, we're very much focused on your story, right? You see our story already. Usually our clients have read our books a few times, right? So but then we have to we have to focus on your story, because the principles are the same, but application is unique from people to people. All right, but yes, hey Tima, good to see you, welcome back. Where have you been? All right, so we'll be right back. Let's move on to the next story. Alright, do me a favor, as you're coming back, please hit that like, share, subscribe, hit that like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep working, let's go for 2,000 videos on this platform. We're working. Have you guys noticed? Make sure you're watching every segment, okay? We have a brother here, we have a Baba here who's gonna tell us, he's gonna teach us. I'm watching it with you for the first time, okay? I saw the title, kind of like, okay, this will be interesting. Let's see where we go with this, right? So let's go there. Let's go there. It says why you should not relocate with your wife to Canada. We have an idea, but I haven't listened to it. Okay, so let's listen to it together.
Question of the day. Wala. That is today's question.
Oh wait. Let me play it for Baba. He said wala. Let me play it for him. He said wala. Nigeria don't report to Atikosa Wakalu. All right, let's go there. Let's see what he's gonna say.
Now, a man sold a supermarket for 40 million naira. This supermarket there around Ogba for Lagos.
This location, we don't have time yet, but this location, he sold a supermarket for 40 million naira. How much is 40 million naira today? Is that about $40,000? That's like $4,000, right? Am I correct? 40 million is about $4,000 today. Ouch. It's crazy.
He used this money take relocate all the family to Canada. When the family got to Canada, this man used part of the money to settle their stay in Canada.
Why would he do that? Why would he do that? I wonder why he did that. He sold a whole supermarket for 40 million naira and relocated his family to Canada. Not my family, his own family, right? You know, we win some, we lose some, right? Let's see where it's going with this story.
Which means he doesn't want them to have police or immigration problem. So he got them documents to stay as, you know, a resident in Canada.
Right. Like paper, they have papers.
Stayed with them for a few months, like 3 or 4 months. And at some point, the man said, you know what, babe, I'm homesick. I need to go back to Nigeria.
But he sold the supermarket for 40 million naira. Does he have other businesses? I hope so. That he has other businesses that he's going back to. Maybe he's going to go build another business or something. By the way, 40 million naira is not a lot of money. Let me see how much this money is, because nobody's answering me. 40 million naira to dollars. How much is that? Oh, that's a lot. That's about $40,000, not $4,000. That is... It's not a lot of money still. If you don't have a job already in Canada, you can finish that in record time, okay? But maybe they know what they're doing, right? Because they have to start paying rent and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, official is about $50,000. Black market. All right, let's continue. Baba is still telling us story. But he decided he's homesick, okay? He wants to go back to Nigeria.
I love my country. I really miss Nigeria.
After 3 months. Baba.
Ooh, man, I want to go back. And Canada is too cold for me.
Canada is cold.
Great. Question of the day.
Oh, yeah, tell us.
Wahala.
No, let's
the man went back to Nigeria. Started another petty business again. But this time around, not in Lagos, because the man is ashamed of himself. Because he sold everything.
Why are you ashamed of yourself? It was your business. It is your family. I mean, it's not their business, it's not their family. It's not my business, it's not their family. It's your business, it's your family. If you're coming back to Lagos, what is the shame there? I'm already hearing all kind of buzzwords right now that's making me like, oh God, this is going to end up really badly. Okay? And the worst part is that he's going to try to blame it on everything but self. Okay? It's his family. He's the one who sold. He's the one who decided to move back. But he's also ashamed of a bunch of strangers that don't care. Let's continue. I already smell something. I'm listening to it for the first time, okay?
And he left the family in Canada and back to Lagos.
Okay.
So he went back to the east to start another business again. This man now was sending money from Nigeria, from the petty business again, to his family in Canada.
Okay.
Why the woman, his wife, he left in Canada, had upgraded herself. She has, gone back to school, got a good degree, diploma.
Oh my God, these uncles are undefeated. They are undefeated. Oh my God. It sounds very, very similar. All right. Maybe it's the same story that keeps happening, right? Maybe it's just too many of them. Let's continue.
And she started working in a very good firm.
Okay.
She earned big money.
So she's making
children
money.
Settled in a very good school. So this man at some point now was hoping, say, when his favorite, what the man went back to Nigeria, started another petty business again. But this time around, not in Lagos, because the man is ashamed of himself. Because he sold them. Candidates in Nigeria emerged as the winner in the last election. That time, things go better for Nigeria. So that was the hope.
Oh, so it was... That sounds like gambling, because Nigeria has been trying to do it since 1960. We all hope too, but we also try not to put our family on, or put ourselves. We try our best not to put ourselves in harm's way while we're, hoping for the best. Oh, hope is not bad yet. Hope is not a bad thing so far. Let's wait.
That this woman, been get for body. But unfortunately, if you all know what happened, Jagaban just, one way or the other, everything just went boom.
Wow.
Jagaban did it. So this man now talks.
Oh, okay. So the Jagaban is okay. So he was hoping that his candidate will win, and then Jagaban ended up winning. Is that what I just picked up? Because I think I missed something. Hold on.
Say, now I'm tired of staying in Nigeria. I want to go back.
He wants to come back, yes, to Canada.
The man flew back to Canada to join his family.
Okay.
But when he got to Canada,
yeah,
things were not easy again. He got to Canada, he left around 6 years ago. It's no more the present Canada.
Oh, that was 6 years ago.
So the man started looking for job, but no good job. Because he no brush himself off the time when he did Nigeria. He just begin to do business. You know my people now, my able fellow now understand that. So he own a business. They go get candidates in Nigeria. So this man stays with his family in Canada. Somehow he got himself a job in a filling station as a car washer. And he was managing it, but the money was not really enough.
That sounds like a very humbling experience. Sounds like a very, very humbling experience. Like, that's not going to be easy for anybody. If you're just coming in, please hit the like button. Thank you. We're missing about 10 likes right now. Hello, Patricia. Good to see you. Hello. Let's see where we are so far. We haven't finished the story. You guys already have opinions. Jesus. Gore says Onirano. C is Ojugo. Wait, Nisuru. Baloni storyteller. Wait now. Only 3 months. Something is not adding up here. Well, it's been 6 years now. He went back to Nigeria after 3 months. Let's see. Is the woman expected to remain in the same level? 6 years, it's not your mate, especially if she's had to take care of those children and the family by herself. I know he mentioned he sent money, but the Baba just went back to start a new business in the East. So how much money exactly is he sending? The first time he came around when he actually had a business, 40 million naira. Well, that 40 million naira 6 years ago was probably worth a lot more, right? So, all right. Was it worth a lot more? No, it was 40 million naira. It was less in dollars, right? Yeah. Anyway, I don't know how that works. If you're importing naira back to dollars. Anyway, it does not work like uncle. Hey, Key. Good to see you, Key. Hit the like button, I beg. Hit the like button. We're covering the story here, okay? Let's get to it.
The wife was the one that was providing.
Okay.
Most of the
wife was providing.
Paying the mortgage and, support the children.
Okay, so far right now, the title says why you should not relocate with your wife to Canada. That's what he's saying, okay? So, story.
In fact, he will support the husband as well. But at some point, I think the wife cannot bear it anymore. Because, it's not drawn on her because there are a lot of bills. Because there are now 4 in the house. So this man started behaving kora. The woman now just turned to...
That means she was nagging around the house. Is that nagging, or was she... How do you say that in English? She became very angry, very, very moody, and she's just basically just mad all the time in the house.
Something else will be say, this man cannot even eat for that house. Any step this man carry inside that house, the woman go shout, say, you carry wrong the money.
Okay.
So
no. Where's the audio now?
This man, you have to go inside the bedroom to go and sleep. The man just begin give her rules and regulation. But this man now, he knows say now Obodo Oyibo na him dey. He cannot raise his hand on this woman. He cannot shout because he's scared of the neighbor. This woman started treating this man anyhow. To the extent that he has the mind of the children against him.
Oh, don't bring in the children. Oh my God. The story was already going smooth there because it's possible. A woman can lose her cool and start acting like she lost respect for the man. It's possible. But when you start bringing in the children, now I start to look at you trying to paint a picture here. But okay, let's just assume he's telling the truth. Wait, we'll get to it.
Sometimes when the man called the children and say, Fade, please, can you give me water from the fridge there? Father will say, Daddy, but it's close to you now. You can as well just, use your hand. You're in the dining, the fridge is there.
Wow.
So this man don't turn everything to disrespect. Say the pikin no get culture again. So if they think say maybe one day.
So not only is she disrespectful, she also taught the children to be disrespectful, right? That's the story that Baba is painting right now. Let's continue, right?
Hey, you need to relocate them back to Nigeria because of the culture. To say they don't get culture, you can say that they enter this house.
You brought them. It's been 6 years, so they're at least 6 years old. Even if they were born the day you brought them, I'm guessing they're like older teenager at this point. Let's continue.
See, you don't dirty that place. You cannot sleep on the couch. You have to go inside the bedroom to go and sleep. The man just begin give her rules and regulation.
The man or the woman?
But this man now, he know say now Obodo Oyibo na him dey. He cannot raise his hand on this woman.
What do you mean? If it was in Nigeria, can he raise his hand, Baba? Oh my God. Anyway, Patricia, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let me play you something really, really nice for that. This story, oh my God. I was hoping it's not predictable. Like, I was hoping this story would not be so predictable, right? Anyway, let's continue.
He cannot shout because he's scared of the neighbor.
So if it was in Nigeria, I can raise his hand. Uncle. I know you didn't say that, but you kind of insinuated that. Like, the Baba no say he can't raise his hand. Raise his hand at what? He can smack his kids. Well, it's kind of stupid to spank older kids because I don't know what you're trying to accomplish with that. But if they're not talking, he can spank them. I'm guessing they can talk, right? I'm guessing also he has the power of influence, but well, he's not influential in their life. So, all right, but it's the woman's fault, right? Because she raised them like that. We'll continue. I'll come to the chat in a second. Let's just finish the story.
This woman started treating this man anyhow, to the extent that he has in the mind of the children against him. Sometimes when the man called the children,
I'm seeing patterns. Are you noticing the patterns? Is the woman, the Japa woman marriage, and then she's manipulated the kids against the father. When we see patterns, I'm going to assume that let's assume that you're correct. Your story is correct, right? I don't even need the other side of the story. Let's assume that you're correct. But I see patterns in these same types of story. Gentlemen, don't you think that if you see patterns, we're probably that close to a solution that is outside of blame and fault, right? If we can see patterns, like, just patterns. If we see, when you have Oyibo people and technology, when they get close to patterns, boom, that's the answer right there, right? But if these stories tend to be unique, then I will say, you know what, maybe we're not. But to me, we're sounding like we're close to the answer. Why are we having such a hard time not getting to the answer? Without blaming the woman for this, because we already blamed her and I already said, okay, Buba. But we can't blame her for not getting close to the answer now, because there's this patterns everywhere. You take her to Japa, she suddenly stopped taking care of you. You can't find a job, which you kind of like indirectly blame that on her too, right? And then the kids are spoiled. They don't want to respect you. They lack culture, which, shout out to Baba Adeyemi. Culture is actually a double-edged sword. It's not 100% positive. It's neither positive nor negatives. Depends on what you do with it, right? Right? Why are we not getting close to the answers, gentlemen? That's what I want to know. That's the conversation I want to have, because we're seeing patterns, right? And I don't want to be the one to come up with a solution, because I want us to come up with a solution together. So let me see here. Wait, did you give another $10? I'm not sure if you meant to do that, but again, thank you. All right. Let's continue.
Fade, please, can you give me water from the fridge there? Fade will say, Daddy,
all right.
That's not lack culture.
They lack culture.
The man, they manage for house. One day, the man can call him colleague where they did filling station together. Say, come, I beg. Say, this thing they happen for my house. I mean, now the same thing they happen for your own house. And now this guy laughed. He said, oh boy, he said, you be mumuna. He said, you, what do you want to do? You go bring your wife, come Canada. He said, you don't lose her completely.
That's the solution. Somebody came up with a solution. Wait, if the solution is good enough or not, we'll talk about that later on. But the solution is, don't bring your wife to Japa, right? All right, the solution is don't bring your wife to Canada. That's the solution, right? This solution is good for people that haven't done that yet. But what about people that have already done that? Are we saying that he's already entered one chance? There's no way out? Is that what's going on here?
Some of say no marry, he get wife, he get pikin now. But pikin, in wife, still dey Nigeria.
Hey.
They no go smell abroad. Not
wait. Now, okay, is it the manager of the filling station or the owner of the filling station, or is a colleague working at the filling station? Because if the children and the Niger is working at filling station, because a noble job is a noble job. He works at the filling station. That's a good thing, right? That's a job, right? But the way he painted it is actually a bad thing. The way he painted that job, right? So let's go with that. Why is he still working at the filling station if his wife and children are on ground in Nigeria? Is he better off? He's giving advice, and it's not necessarily better off. Let's just wait. Let's wait, because I'm trying to see here. I still see 2 more slides
of Canada. Say any money where they need, he will send them money. But for them to come to Canada, say a lie. Say because the moment where they enter, they don't become mini god. Say then the shoulder part will come begin right. They come begin woo like Gary. Say no, they do. I say because if you bring woman come, Obodo you don't lack cultural.
Wait. Let's go back.
If you don't call Lokpa for you, he go permit you.
So you bring her, she call up for you, she go permit you, right? Patterns, right? The only solution we can come up with, gentlemen, is to reverse time, to rewind time back to Abamo, like had I known. That's the only solution we can come up with, gentlemen. Is that all we can come up with? Rewind the time machine, right?
If you no permit you go permit him. If you no happen, say he go the woman, he go bring man come that same house where you dey. Maybe say at the end of the day, he go lose her. Say even if that you buy the house and say you take mortgage, the woman go carry you come off for her. They go drive you. They will give you some meters. Say they don't want to see you around the house.
Wow, it must be war zone in this overseas. So
the man say, "Yay,
hey,
he don't enter now."
Ha!
The man they watch our show. Thank God.
So the man they watch our show.
Let me ask.
Oh, this is another TikTok person. I'm just figuring that out. Wait. Let's slow down. This is another TikTok person, huh? Tima, thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you so much. Wow. Oh, I love you, Thank you. I appreciate you, Tima. Thank you. Patricia. Thank you, Tima. And Natu for sponsoring this show. I appreciate you all. Thank you. So it's another TikTok person. It's slid that in there real quick. Like, thank God the brother watched our show. Oh my days. What are we doing, gentlemen? What are we doing?
Oh my days.
Alright.
Good friend. Wetin should I do? Wetin make I do?
I'm a good fan. Wetin should I do? Let's see if we come up with something else.
Or wetin make I no do? Say, make her pack comot for the house, leave the woman there, or make her relocate back to Nigeria, or make her divorce the woman, or wait if the woman no push you comot for house. You call all of whether they give am lala. So the thing, the man don't dey confused now. The man don't know wetin go do. That's why the man they ask us say, abeg, kindly advise me on what to do here.
No, Baba. You go advise now.
Another man wey don dey give am lala. So the thing, the man.
What's give am lala? Somebody help me with that. What's give am lala?
Don't dey confused now. The man don't know wetin go do. That's why the man they ask us say, abeg, kindly advise me on what to do here. Think I do. The woman don't dey get another.
I'm coming to the chat in a second here. All right, so he can't even. It's not advising.
That man wey don dey give am lala. So the thing, the man don't dey confused now. The man don't know wetin go do. That's why the man they ask us say.
Okay, it's repeating now at this point. All right. The funny thing is, men never get tired of providing for women. However, when the tables turn, our body go dey pepper us. God bless our men. So that's a woman, obviously. All right. So that's a woman who is advocating for men. That's a good thing. I like that. But me, I see holes in the story. The holes are particularly the pattern of these types of story, right? And the fact that the only solution we can come up with is always reversing time. It's impossible. What does that say about us if we can't come up with a solution we can use now, right? What does that say about us as men if we can't come up with a solution that we can use right now? If that solution always has to go with had I known, that says a lot. Don't you get what I'm saying? What can he do right now? What can he do right now? He's already found himself in this predicament. Let's just believe him. But saying that he entered one chance is not a solution. That's not a solution. This person say an average woman is like this. You see? A Karim came here and said an average woman is like this. The solution is to misery love company. Just agree with him. Do you have a solution for him? You don't have any solution for him. You don't have any suggestion for him. The only thing you have for him is to, all right, kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya, we'll find another one like the rest of us. Hey! What is going on? Oh my God. Karim already said an average woman is like this. In all honesty, more than half of women are like this. Women are not wired to chest responsibilities without complaining. Damn. These people have collected shege from women. Oh. All women are like this, including some of our mothers. As a man, just don't let them see you finish. And keep improving and working on yourself. Hey! Oh, God. Patricia, thank you again. I appreciate you. Oh, my days. I'm trying to look for a better way to May we never go down, he continues, because this can happen to anyone no matter how smart you are. When women get richer than their husband, they become the husband and the woman becomes wife. Roles get reversed. May God bless every man to continue having what it takes to sustain and be the head of the family. His solution is a prayer point. Wow. Let me see another one here. Somebody said life is not perfect. You don't relocate your wife and kid with you. Your wife becomes another man. Sarewagba. Another man Sarewagba. Is that what do you call those things? What do you call them? I forgot what they call them. Jesus. Sorry, you get it. and your kids will lack fatherhood bonding, affection, and care, even if you're sending home billions of dollars. You relocate them with you. You cannot exercise total control on your wife and kids like you do in your home country, right? And it's because over there, man is not head of the family. You see what they're talking about? You see what is another? This is Abe Nati. This person has a woman in their picture, but I think it's a man. But obviously the first one we read is a woman. So the issue is not gender based. I promise you it's not, okay? All right. Let's see here. You relocate them country is because over there man is not the head but partner because you share bills with your wife and your kids are exposed to culture and upbringing that is different from your culture, as you cannot chastise them without breaking the law over there. It says who? But my best advice is, okay, this person may have a solution. My best advice is that when you relocate your family with you, make sure you and your wife grows together. I mean, don't be running around while your wife pursue a degree, masters. This person is trying to be nice to them, okay? Or diploma, or vice versa, because once one of you is lacking very behind, like you are earning $30,000 a year and she's earning $120,000, there will be a problem because she'll feel like she's working while you are just enjoying her labor. And if it's you, she'll feel insecure. If it's you, she'll feel insecure and likely push you till there'll be fight, and she'll file for divorce and share your fortune with you. Hey, Jesus, make sure both of you grow together. See solutions. See Nigerian people in the abroad with solutions. So, Jesus over here. Somebody said only men love genuinely. Women only love based on the assurance that a man can provide. Wahala. Obìnrin ṣé ń gbọ́. Ṣé ń gbọ́ o, ṣé ń gbọ́. Ṣé ń gbọ́ wọn. Obìnrin. Listen, I didn't think this was going to be this long of a segment. Men are never loved unconditionally. Know this and know peace. We talked about unconditional love here some few days ago, right? Many men have been emotionally blackmailed to invest their wealth in the fantasy of their wives. A man should be guided by the fear of lacking. Never make moves that can lead. All right, let me see. I'm trying to see if there will be a different opinion somewhere. wait. She said no, Okorin. Hey, Okorin. All right, wait, relax now. I'm not supposed to play that here, okay? Somebody said, oh gosh, shut up. There are so many marriages here in the US and Canada that are working perfectly. In my circle, that is a fact, okay? All right, so maybe it's just that many of my friends, they're not social media content creators, so trying to drag them up here is work on its own. But I'll see what I can do. Because there are many. There are many. The minority is the loudest, of course, okay? Stop sowing evil seed in people for TikTok cash out. There you go. He got caught. And then there was a cut. As a family, when you're planning to relocate, go together, stay together. Why did he return to Nigeria? I beg, shift. This person may be a woman. All right, let me come to the chat. Let's come to the chat. Lord, I don't know where to start from, honestly. Me, I don't know where to start from. Oh, hey. I don't know where to start from because you guys have said a lot already. let me come back here. Gore says, so the man that isn't pleased that you brought your wife abroad, P would definitely advise you wrongly now. Exactly. Right? Let's see. This is ridiculous way of thinking. This is nothing but fear. Let me add one more word for you. Fear mongering. That's exactly what it is, okay? But don't be shocked. These people have collected shege from their women, okay? They can relate. I don't want to give them that much credit. These people have collected shege from their women, okay? People when you can relate, it's because you've collected shege from women, or you have a brother who has collected shege. Okay. The only part that you're not telling us is the lack of skills and lack of game or lack of luck. They like me to say the last one. You're just lucky. There's no skill or game anywhere. You just happen to be lucky. You're right. This one, Sha, you don't collect. You need to agree with that one first of all. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yep. Ola, where do you dig these people from? Because this is Sister Blog Niger now. Okay, me, I'm just commenting on stuff I see on Insta Blog Niger now. It makes life easier for me. Undefeated. Okay. All right. But yeah, we're discovering them too. Leaving wives in Nigeria is not the solution. It's not the solution for a person that already brought their wife, right? So let's even say the ones the lames that will buy into that and leave their wives in Nigeria. Let's even say those ones have a solution, temporary solution, because those ones will collect too, right? Their wife becomes Sariwagba in Nigeria. What's Sariwagba in English now? There's a slang for it. When somebody goes sleep, have sex at night with somebody, or you say somebody go over to a man's house or a woman's house at night. What do you call that? I'm out of the game, so I don't know what they call it. Right? I forgot what they call it now. There's a phrase I'm looking for. It's a slang. But yeah, that's what Sariwagba is. Like, come and do quick. That's what Sariwagba is. So now you leave your wife in Nigeria. Your wife becomes Sariwagba in Nigeria. What are you doing? Me? Okay, all right. Married but living single no make sense. If you divorce the woman and marry another one, now it's the same problems. Okay, same problems. So I say away match. No, it's not Nigerian slang. It's I think it's more like Yankee slang. Yeah. This storytelling man is looking like African Father Christmas that does not give gifts. I have been suspecting him from the beginning. He will give bad advice. The funny thing is that he didn't give any advice. He's asking the people for that, but he knew what he was doing, right? He knew what he was doing. I'm sure many people will bite into it with their comment, with their advices. So D-Law said, divorce her now with your gas station job or there. See, that's that's even a better solution than a solution that requires a time machine, right? It's actually a better advice, right? It's a better move to just divorce her, right? You have a job at a filling station. You have your buddy there that's advising you at the body station. You guys can take your $30,000 per year and go and spend it in the strip club around the corner in Newark or Brooklyn. And then you guys will live happily ever after as friends, right? That's even an easier solution. That's a more tangible solution than reversing the hand of time back to when abamo. Hello, these people, man. What's give am lala? What is that? What's give am lala? I still didn't. He said give am bulala. Oh, bulala. Okay, that's bulala. That's still the Sariwagba thing, right? Okay. That one family no go come because him no get paper. Oh, in the case he no get paper. That one his family didn't come, right? That's why he didn't get paper, right? But when you bring your issues to people to advise you, and you don't do proper vetting of who is advising you, it is what it is, Instead of running away, go to counseling and gain some skills on how to address marriage. That's it. It's right there. But you know what they say? They say Oyinbo created counseling. It's Oyinbo that created counseling. What do Oyinbo know about how our marriage works? The Oyinbo is not in the marriage. What do you know about how to make your marriage works? Sounds like nothing. Oh no, you're just not lucky. Oh, okay. Lala Nakerewa. Oh, okay. Bulala. Okay, I know the Bulala. I know the Bulala part. Kane in the other room. Okay. If he whoops his wife and brings him here, then he will definitely get the cops called on his ass one day. Yep. One day, right? Get some conflict resolution skills. Yeah. It's everywhere. It's literally everywhere. You can literally read up on it for free everywhere. The only thing you need us for is practical, because it's easier said than done, right? But it's everywhere, literally. Okay, they even teach them at work. But anyway, Oluyami, what's going on? No words, absolutely ridiculous. Your wife is doing well for herself, for the family, and you're not happy. Crazy. Why would you want total control of your spouse anyway? D-Love says, I don't even want total control of my kids. They're not property. Yeah, why would anybody want total control? You know? You want things under control, but want total control, particularly in that context. It's like no wonder. It's like little to no wonder, right? Sharing bills with your husband doesn't mean that he's not the head of the family. That comment, right? It's just being responsible, right? These people do not understand what being the head is. Nope. Total control. What does this even mean? Me, I'm just as... Listen. I'm with you, Tima.
He shock you.
Listen, I'm with you. I'm wondering. My point of prayer is that may their children do better than them emotionally. Amen. And a lot of children will do better, but they will carry certain types of trauma. They will create their own life. You know, I want to trust that. You know. Yeah. Oftentimes it's even they collected shege, or they know someone who collected shege. No. That's all the time. Okay, it's most time they collected shege. The rest of the time they know someone who told them the story of the collected shege, and you know they know that person personally. They've taken sides without even having the ability to comprehend what might have happened. For real. Like, people can come and tell you stories, cock and bull stories of what happened, but if you don't know how to read in between the line, or if you've never been through it and been on the other side, you might not necessarily be able to reflect and say, when you were arguing and somebody banged the table, they didn't just bang the table, both of you were engaged in something heated, and you know, it takes... That's the point where they're supposed to say it takes two to tango, but they choose to use it in other places, you know. But we just leave them alone, and we focus on those that want help. That's what we want to do. We want to focus on those that want help. Those that know that it is better on the other side of the shege. Those are the ones we want to focus on. Someone will be sampling their wives. Yes, that's Sariwagba. That's Sariwagba. But I still can't find the... Yeah, come and do quick. I think Bulala is an ass whooping, Ola. Yeah, but they use it in exchange for, you know, they say video Bulala these days. Video Bulala. So video Bulala is clearly not physical, right? But video Bulala is where you do exchange nudes, you know, by way of FaceTime. As husband and wife, communication and planning together is what you should have done instead of running back to Nigeria. Yeah, he actually ran back to Nigeria in the first 3 months because he said he was bored. He's cold, according to the story, right? And then he came back 6 years later, and then he found out that it's not the same. Please hit the like button. Thank you. We're missing 10 likes. What's going on here? We're missing 10 likes. Can you please hit the like button? Thank you. I appreciate you. And shout out to all of you that are watching me on Facebook. I appreciate you. Okay. It sounds so ridiculous when some African people say counseling is for Oyinbo. Like, Oyinbo are not humans, like humans who deal with the same issue. If you say Oyinbo people, first of all, Oyinbo man is the head of his family too. I don't know if you've ever had a conversation with them before. They're also the head of their own family. Okay, all right. They have culture. They have traditional stuff that they follow too. Nobody Oyinbo people brought the religion to you. No, it's I don't know, you know. But let me say this, okay? If you find yourself in this situation, let me say this so we can move on to the next story. Gentlemen, you find yourself in this situation, I feel for you, okay? I feel for you. I just want you to be aware that I noticed the holes in the story. Okay, you're not telling us the full story. Okay, which is acceptable because human beings do that. Okay, but when you find yourself and you notice that you're not in control of your family, as you put it, right? Or total control of your family, right? What you're looking for is that you want things to be under control. You want to feel like you're still the head of the family. Feelings. We're talking about your feelings, purely your feelings. Okay? That's what we're talking about here. Okay? I'm not saying that your children have not been disrespectful or come off more like they came off as disrespectful, right? So my question is that when you said, Fade, please grab a bottle of water for me in the fridge over there. And Fade said, but Dad, the fridge is right there. I said, come here, Fade. Are you saying there's something wrong with you grabbing are you able to have that kind of conversation with your 16 years old, 17 years old, 18 years old? If they push back at you, emotionally speaking, right? Do you have the patience to actually engage them and say, let's have a conversation? What do you like? What's going on with school? Well, do you even know what's going on with these kids? Right? Do you know what's going on with these kids? These kids, right? My kids, the last thing they want to do is offend me. Okay? That's the last thing they want to do. You know why? Because I have a relationship with them. Guess what? The last thing I want to do is offend them. There is a relationship. Okay? My kids. Okay? And it's been like that ever since they've been talking. Okay? When they couldn't talk, if they did something, they scribbled something on the wall, something, they received spanking before a couple of times. Right? My oldest is still afraid of the spanking he received 15 years ago, right now. Because the feelings is what sows a seed there. The feeling of back then, the feeling of disappointment and a little spank is what the brain remembers. Not particularly that he couldn't handle a little spanking. I wouldn't spank him at his age right now. It's pointless. Why would I want to do that? Right? Why am I talking about culture when they actually have a culture that you've chosen to raise them in? With your own hands. Remember, I didn't sell my supermarket. You sold your supermarket, you brought them here with your own hands, right? Now your hands off and you're like, no, Oyibo has done you wrong. Right? Listen, all those things could be true. But what about these other things that you can control, that you can actually control, right? Like you taking care of yourself, like you going after your own dreams, right? Do you know that most women, they just need to see that you're after your dreams. It's not about the money. They just need to kind of feel like you're going after something, right? Did you know that, or this is just the minority of women? I should just believe you that we're in a war zone. No, I choose not to believe you until you tell me, like, listen, this is what I signed up. This is the amount of coaching I've gone through. I signed up for this coaching over there. I did a 90 days over there. I did a 90 days. These women are just terrible. Until you come back and tell me that, then we can reassess things from there. But until then, right, your coach was your colleague at the filling gas station and the Baba did TikTok. The story is not hiding up. I would like to know more. I already agree with you that yes, a lot of people are experiencing what you experience, but you're disconnected from the part that you lack skills. You don't know what you're doing. Okay? It was easy for you to do what you did in Nigeria from a common sense standpoint. Well, it's a developed world. It's not a developing world. So that means it comes with certain responsibilities on your part. What about the responsibilities of the woman? You told me with your own mouth she's been paying the bills for a while, right? Even a man, at some point, that can become stressful, right? And that can show in the behavior. That can become a little frustrating, right? Maybe. But again, when I engage you, we'll talk more about it. But for now, the only thing I've heard in this story is just a man who is saying somebody did me wrong, right? And it is my wife and my children. And the case that's been aligned now for me, I need to hear more. Okay, that was me trying to be empathetic. I know what happened exactly. God help me. Anyway, no, I don't know what happened exactly, but I have a feeling I know. Okay, I have a feeling this is the type of man that will say, oh, counseling now, Yibo people think, Jari. Chinye says, Ola, for example, I came across an Igbo man here who refused to buy a house because his uncle had a terrible divorce experience. I bet. That's what fear does. Fear will do that to you. Fear will do that to you. Fear will paralyze you, right? Over-analysis will paralyze you. How much more fear, right? Of course. He purchased the house before he was married and brought his wife to America. His uncle was so pained because they gave his wife the home. He was cleaned out, so it really affected him boldly. That makes sense. It will mess people up, okay? The solution is still not to rewind time, right? It makes sense. That's why I said a lot of people are collecting shege. That's the reality. I don't want us to shy away from that. I don't want us to continue to be in denial about that. A lot of people are collecting shege on both sides. On both sides. The reason? They refuse to acquire skills. Okay? They go acquire skills for everything else, like working at a gas filling station, but not for the marriage. Okay? I think the marriage is supposed to just work itself out from tradition. Right? His uncle was so pained, yeah. His wife has been asking for him to purchase a home and he refused. He told her to go and purchase one. Wahala. Anyway, we got a few more to cover here today. All right. But please, don't tell me I didn't tell you. There's something, if you're confused, it's time to learn something new. There's something you don't know. Okay. There is one simple exception. I'll leave you with this. Your wife is a terrible, evil person. She's just wicked. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. So this is the cover story for today. We're gonna get through it really quickly. I'm gonna read it to you. Another crazy story out there. Well, this one has to do with dating and relationships, fiance. You know, I just want to know, do you think this is jealousy? Okay. This story, how ex-fiance burnt down a house and restaurant. Okay. I'm gonna read, and then we'll take it from there. Let's see. This auntie right here. Okay. Let's see. This picture. This was in 2018. So that's allegedly the picture of the person. I was running my own bar, restaurant, had my own car, started building my own house, was roofing it at the time I took the picture. Then I met Jeff. He was my engineer. A cute one. Whenever I went to my site, he'd always look for a way to deviate from the real issues, to start telling me how humble I was and how beautiful I looked. He'd always say we were going to make a beautiful couple, LOL. Initially, I would always try to shove it off, but somehow I eventually gave in. I was very much single at the time though, so I thought I should give him a chance. Everything was going well. The house was completed. I moved in. Fast forward 2019, December. He proposed. I accepted. It's just before COVID. We had issues with whose house would live in after marriage. Mine or his. LOL. He was living in a one-bedroom apartment as a tenant at the time, but I had my own house, a 4-bed bungalow, where we wouldn't bother about paying rent. But he said he'd never move in with me, and of course, I would never leave my house to go start paying rent for Christ's sake. I called off the engagement since we weren't agreeing with each other. He didn't see it coming, though. A week after I called off the engagement, he called me on phone and said, I quote, "I would deal with you for disgracing me like this." I was like, how on earth is calling off an engagement a disgrace? How? You'll be shocked. You will be shocked. What is disgracing for certain people? But let's keep going. Let's keep going. How on earth is calling off an engagement a disgrace? How? He said he had said what he said. I didn't take his threat seriously though. I went about my business. On the 15th of June 2020, a day I'd never forget, I had traveled out of town to celebrate my birthday that was coming up on the 18th of June. Very early morning on 15th of June 2020, I got a call from a man who lived opposite my house that my house was burning. I screamed, "How?
How, Sway?"
I cried and begged him to help me do something. Call the fire service or something. The fire service guys arrived after my house had completely burnt down. At about 4 p.m. the same day, I picked a call from an unknown number. It was Jeff, my ex voice. He said, "I told you I'd deal with you." And he hung up. I was shocked, confused, and speechless at the same time. The following day, I hurriedly made my way back to my base. I went to the police and wrote a petition against my ex. I told them it was him who burnt my house. He was brought in for questioning, but I had nothing to prove he was the anonymous caller. But I was sure it was him, but I couldn't prove it. He was set free because I had no case against him. A week later, my bar/restaurant also got burnt down. LOL, it happened like magic. Nobody knew where the fire came from. Everything happened very fast. I went into depression. I almost committed the ultimate, the S word. Until this day, I still believe strongly it was done by my ex. But of course, I have no proof. Laugh my ass out. I don't know why this is funny, but I couldn't deal with the whole thing. I sold my car and moved to Lagos so I could stay very far away from the devil. Ever since then, whenever someone tell me I'll deal with you, I never take it lightly. All right. Let me see the top comments here. Somebody said, "Dear women, do not date down. The ones who won't go this far will use subtle ways to undermine you." You know, that's a point. Somebody else says, "Take your revenge when he has a family of his own and thinks he has at peace." No. That's terrible advice. Then the other person said, "This is why you shouldn't date poor men. They won't make it and they will never allow you to make it. Fear them." Jesus. Somebody says, "A woman never dates down. Either he's above or same level. And men, for God's sake, why can't you live in your wife's house rent free? You think her saying in one bedroom will make her submissive? This una mat, they somehow." All right. Interesting. Let me come to the chat. Let's come to the chat. Chinye says, "Unequally yoked." Exactly. Now by force, some little boys who cannot handle rejected, so he would rather them have serious issues in the marriage. What? He needs to be sent to prison. Yeah, it sounds like Nigeria. There's no indication that it's Nigeria. I think it's Nigeria, but yeah, if that's actually him, they will investigate. But again, it all depends on how much money is in it for lawyers. So, even here, I'm sorry. Okay. She dodged a bullet. D-Love, you're thinking like me. Exactly. Lost a house but dodged a bullet. Imagine being married to this idiot. Yeah. You know, what came to mind when I saw this story, what I really wanted to share is that this is actually the best case scenario for this story. Okay? So let me ask you, ladies in the chat, what do you think would be the worst case scenario? Well, I think D-Love already said it. Imagine being married to this idiot. But describe, maybe a little more descriptive. What do you think will happen to be married to this person? Right? A person that can't, you know, that can't just be okay with, like, I back this nice chick, but I don't want to move into her house. I'd rather just, do my thing. What do you think? Gentlemen, I'm going to come to you. I'm going to give you advice on this because there's a good chance you might end up with somebody that makes more money than you. There's a way to move, right? There's a way you can move where you don't have to. Well, first of all, it's a fact of life. Do not be unequally yoked. Even you two gentlemen, okay? You shouldn't be, if you know that somebody is above, not just pay grade level. See, a lot of people are stuck on the pay thing. They think it's about the dollars. No. If you feel insecure around her, just do yourself a favor. Yeah? Just move on jejely, right? That's even if you make more money than her. See, the money factor is not really it's becoming less and less of a factor. Okay, the issue right now, today, the struggle with the dating, relationship, and marriage scenes is emotions, emotional intelligence. That's what it's about. It's not about money. It still is. It's becoming less and less about money. When we talk about hypergamy, right? It's more and more about emotions now. If you don't have anything to offer her, if she can't respect you, she can't love you. It's really that simple. And it's not your money that can make her respect you. That's not an average woman. I don't know who told you that, but that's not the average woman. Okay? The average woman is not on a yacht in Miami with her booty cheeks out trying to get money from basketball players. That's not the average chick. Right? Oluyomi said, worst case, it could have killed her. Yeah. Because when somebody is bold enough to burn down a house, that means they were willing to burn anybody inside that house down. Right? Yeah? Wish she had cameras. Yeah. There might be CCTVs on the streets, even in Lagos. But I don't think it was Lagos, right? But fortunately, she didn't have cameras installed. So painful. No, you think it's going to go scot-free? No, it's not going scot-free. He has his best case scenario right now. You think he will stop? See, pride. I keep telling you about pride. When you get away with something one time, you think you can get away with it again. He's going to do it. He's going to get caught. Okay? Maybe the sad part is that you might not be able to see it happening. But they don't get away. Don't think that. They don't get away at all. Okay? Right? People don't get away with this kind of stuff, okay? Because of the pride aspect of it. They keep doing it because they got away with it before in the past, so they keep doing it until they actually get caught, okay? The best you can do is keep it moving, okay? And just be grateful. This is actually the best case scenario, right? So there's a way a person talks. There's a way they carry themselves. I'm not talking about money. Money can influence that for sure, okay? Still. But more importantly, there's a way they talk, there's a way they carry themselves that you just know that this person is insecure, right? For whatever reason that you can't touch. They might even be richer than you. You might be the one making 30 grand and they're making 120 grand a year. And they're still moving very insecure. At that point in time, you know, you need to look around very well and say, maybe, you know, if you really like them, say, hey, listen, this marriage thing that we're about to do is gonna be I want it to be right. I want us to engage coaching. What do you mean coaching? You don't trust me? No, I want to engage coaching and I would like you to come with me. Well, just go do your thing. Okay, I'll go do my thing. And then when you get to the coach or counsel or therapy, they will tell you if if you give them the lowdown, the story, if it's a good one, they will tell you if you're in the right situation or not, right? But you need to pay attention to things like this, things like insecurity, and if you're laser focused on money, you can miss it easily. Okay, you can miss it easily because, like I said, a lot of women are making good money now. So a lot of women are gonna end up with somebody, they make 10 grand more than that person, they make a little bit more money than that person, or they're executive or something like that, and they met somebody in the same circle, and that's gonna happen, right? What you need to be paying attention is something we cover extensively in this book. Okay, all right. Money, we didn't really talk about money here because that's not what's wrong with people these days. Okay, everybody's making money anyway. Okay, everybody is tech gangster, tech expert, tech geek out there, right? That's not the struggles. Everybody's capping big time. Now, whatever that currency is in your era, so I don't know what era you're listening to this in, wherever that currency is in your era, it is a fact that you want to make sure that you're not getting with people that don't operate at the same vibration, because it's not going to work out. There's already by default going to be enough friction just because there's a collaboration between two human beings. There's going to be that already. So you don't need to add on to that layers by going out of your circle, going out of if you go out of it, I just want you to be aware that there's going to be some friction and be prepared for it. So we could be talking about race. There's nothing wrong with going outside of your race. Just be aware that that's going to create additional layer of friction. Religion, right? Age gap, right? Societal status, economy, social economy status, right? And 15 other things that they might not be on the same vibration with you, right? If they're not, it will create insecurity, insecure vibes. You will get it. Once you get it, don't just ignore it. There's a reason why you're getting it. They don't feel comfortable in their skin, right? So you need to be careful with that. Let's see. He's the type to take a loan and use our property as collateral. Wahala. If you don't agree to going coaching and counseling with me, we're not even going to get married, period. It's not worth it. You're better off. It's just not worth it. Yeah, because that's a good one. Okay, I think she should also be careful with her social media. If you overshare, everybody will know all your moves. I don't think he's the type to stop at just these two actions. Well, the petition is a good thing. If she's filed a petition now and they invite and they can, he'll probably slow down. Hopefully. Okay, hopefully. But that's a good point too. Okay. Tima says money is not the issue these days. Emotional intelligence is what a lot of people are struggling with. Exactly. You'd be surprised how many people walking around with zero self-awareness. It's almost everybody. Okay, right? Because they were raised with certain value and they get stuck on that, and they refuse to realize that everything is evolving or devolving, whatever you want to call it. As long as you're here, you have to pivot and understand how things are moving, how things are changing. Change is inevitable, right? It doesn't mean you're trading your values. It just means you're self-aware. You understand what you're dealing with, as opposed to let me just pretend like I live in 1960 and just move mad and blind. What do you expect to come out of that? Of course, you collect shege from the other gender, of course, because you don't know what you're doing, right? Especially going for the second time into the journey of marriage. Yes, especially, yeah. So yes, so that's that was that story right there. Let me cover a couple more things before we round up for the day. Let me see here. Yeah, let's cover a couple more things. I like that. But yeah, that's the lesson in that. Just this is the unequally yoked thing. Make sure that you're operating on the same level. If a person doesn't value coaching and counseling, that should tell you a lot already. Okay, if you're not a student of marriage and relationships, just because they think, well, I just won't go to the state. At that point, you're in brain. Man or woman, borrow yourself brain, say, no, we're going to this thing lifetime, we need to educate ourselves. It's this, no one should be pushing against that. If somebody is pushing against that, that should tell you a lot. Okay. All right. I will be right back. All right, welcome back. Okay, so last night there was a breaking news. Shout out to Natu and who else? I think it was Princess. So breaking news here last night. Sam Larry, excuse me. Sam Larry was smuggled back into the country, and then he was in custody, apparently, according to police. So there's an update. I'm going to read the update. He made a statement, and I'm going to read that statement to you. And I want to know your thoughts in the chat before we continue. Before I continue, let me see this question that Chinye says. Ola, what is your take on when some African men say that women becoming more elevated in society is causing issues in family being together? That's a loaded question. What is your take when women becoming more elevated in society is causing? Well, change is causing issues. Okay, change is causing issues. So I won't say women becoming elevated, along with women becoming, like, obviously having their own autonomy, agency. Along with that, there's so many other things too, right? And it requires to pivot. We can't shy away from it. For as long as we're going to try to be together and have children, it's time that you learn something new. That's what that is. So if that's what they're referring to, they're right. But to laser point on that women are elevated, it sounds like you don't want women to be elevated. That's speaking more about you. Like, why wouldn't you want women to be elevated? Why would that be an issue for you? Will now become the issue. Right? Why is that an issue for you now becomes the issue, right? And then I have to look at your sideways like, are you okay, bros? You don't want women to be elevated? No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying that's what. Okay, so let's come up with something then. Let's come up with a solution. Let's come up with how to pivot, what we can learn about the dynamics that's changing, and then see if we can make something out of it. Because we don't really have a choice. You're going to sleep together and have children, even if you avoid the state. And then the state will now show you shege in child support court. Okay? So yes, it's the issue is much more than pointing fingers at any group of people. All right, so let's see. So anyway, so Sam Larry is back in town, and he made a statement. He said, yes statement. Let me read it, and I want to know your thoughts. Maybe you saw it somewhere else, but Sam Larry said, please read this. 2 years ago, I gave Ileri 2 million naira to perform at my mother's annual remembrance concert at Ikorodu. Wait, let me bring us up to speed. Mohbad. We're talking about Mohbad, okay? Mohbad is Ileri Oluwa, the Nigerian superstar, upcoming superstar, died in a very strange way on the 12th of September, and there's investigations ongoing about him. The speculations saying it's ex-label boss, Naira Marley, and his friend Thug, Street Thug, they are responsible because they had been harassing him around town for leaving the label, or breaching the contract, So they also have cases in court and things like that. So this story has taken the world stage for the past 12 days. We covered a lot of that details. But anyway, so Sam Larry, the Thug Mozu, allegedly, he came back into the country last night and he was in custody of the police. And police took a statement, and the statement is what I'm reading right now. So this is what he said. 2 years ago, I gave Ileri 2 million naira to perform at my mother's annual remembrance concert at Ikorodu. The boy never turned up, so I called him to ask why. He then said he was not feeling well, and when I asked for a refund, he said he lost his phone and money recently when the NDLEA raided his place in the process. And since he was leaving Malian Records, he is now broke, with no commitments to repay. I then left, all for me to later hear that this same boy was having a musical video shoot the next door, practically next street to my house. So I went there to ask for my money again. We had an argument that lasted 5 minutes. Even one of his friends, he insisted he was going to pay the money. Until up till today, 1 kobo, they have not paid me. That's like 0.000 cents. Okay, 0 cents. They have not paid me. This was early last year. I have since then moved on. I traveled to Kenya to find new African act that can perform at my mother's concert this year. I have been away since August 20. Till now, I don't know anything other than what was written in the blogs and press. I don't even know where he lives. I only know his former labor boss and their house. I don't know any nurse or doctor or hospital. I don't know anything about his movements. I don't have that time. I have lost a lot more money than that before. You win some, you lose some. That is my story. Case closed. I came here willingly and happily. I know nothing about how the musician died. Sam Larry. Okay, that's his statement. That's what he has to say. What y'all think? You still think it's a yeah statement? He didn't go to ask for money. He landed there with weapons and launched an attack. There was no discussion. Well, now he's declaring the case closed by himself. He said case closed at the end of it. I'm like, bro, who told you have the right or power to close the case? Right? D-Lord says bull. His narrative of going to Kenya to look for artists to perform at his mom's funeral is a lie from a pit of hell. Yeah, I saw that part, but then I'm now reading the part where it says my mom's remember concert. Maybe it's a concert. But since when did Nigerians bring Kenya artists like that to Nigeria to come and perform? There's tons of upcoming artists in Nigeria that have hit singles that can perform. So he goes all the way to Kenya to go and find artists. Okay. Anyway, I don't know what Nigerians are going to do with that statement, honestly. I also have a problem seeing a proper case to hold those guys down. You know, I don't know how they're going to do it. The only thing they can do is, the only thing I see happening is already happening, which is public tarnishing of their image and their reputation. In terms of criminal filing of charges against them, I don't know, man. I can't see it. There's something I'm missing, maybe, right? There are so many musicians in Nigeria, especially these local bands in the villages, that are off the chain with funerals, right? But then you say funeral remembrance. Is it funeral? It's not funeral. It's a remembrance concert. He does it every year. It's not a funeral, right? Those are two different things, right? Artists don't finish for Nigeria. Nigeria literally owns Afrobeat worldwide. Talent everywhere, right? Yep. So I don't know, you know. But I don't see a criminal Nigerian police. I don't know. What are they gonna file? Bullying? I don't know. You know, especially they can't connect the dots all the way through. He left the country August 20. You know, everyone to each his own. Maybe they will catch some boys. They can sacrifice some boys for that if they need to. You know, I don't know. You know, they can give him a befitting burial and tarnish their image, the image of Malian music for life. I don't think anybody will want to be signed to that label again. I think they're done. So I don't know. What is he going to see? What is Naira Marley going to sing now? I don't know. So I don't see it. The story, the hype, everything seems to be dying off slowly but surely. Anyway, let's cover some more stories. I'll be right back. Keeper said, LOL, as an East African, I'm laughing so hard. He went to where to get what? Maybe you can share some light. I don't know. Maybe you know the Amapiano is blowing up everywhere, right? So maybe you went to get some authentic Amapiano to come and perform at his mother's funeral. Who knows? You know, Ashake is fake Amapiano. Anyway, this story. Do you know who Brittany Renner is? You guys know who Brittany Renner is? You know who Rick Fox is? Rick Fox. Anybody know who this guy is? I think was he a basketballer or something like that? I'm not sure. I know he was an actor. He was an actor. Let me see what he is. I'm not sure. Rick Fox. I know he was an actor on some sitcoms. And 54 years old. Oh, he was married to Vanessa Williams. Oh wow, I didn't know that. Vanessa Williams is she's a white lady now. I thought she was black before. Don't ask me. Just leave me alone, okay? But anyway, Rick Fox is still out there. Anyway, Brittany Renner came out. Was on this guy Shannon Sharp. I think the guy was also an athlete, right? It was originally a basketball player, right? Yes, professional. Wait. Let me see. Canadian actor, former basketball player. Yes. Yeah. His name was Ulrich Alexander Fox. Anyway, Brittany Renner. Who is Brittany Renner? Who is this girl? I don't know who she is. I just know her as, she's like a spokesperson for all the girls that are for the streets. She has nothing on her. Okay, Judge Discover. Okay, she wrote a book. She's a best-selling author. Judge Discover. Okay, 31 years old. Okay, but basically she's been trolling the manosphere, the Red Pill movement. She's been trolling them, and those ones are always biting. They can't wait to talk about her. And I always laugh when I see them talk about her. I'm like, why are you talking about this girl? You're just giving her more popularity. There's many girls, like, can you pick other girls to talk about, but they want to talk about her. So she was on a podcast with Shannon Sharp, another basketball or ex-basketball player, ex-athlete. I think he's a football player. I'm not sure. I'm not really a sport person, so I don't know. And she now said that, I'm not even sure if I can find that video. She said she slept with 35 people. 35 men. Okay? She says she has slept with 35 men. And then the whole manosphere is about to blow up. These guys were catching heart attack everywhere. Because somebody slept with 35 men. Let me see if I can find this clip. Anyway, this chick was on another podcast where she was acting very unruly some few weeks ago. It seems like she knows what triggers them, and she's doing more of what triggers them. Let me see if I can find this short clip somewhere. Hold on one second. Okay. There you go. I think I found it. Let's see. Okay, let's see if we can get this out.
There was a video that I did in my car where I was talking about how I had sex with, was it 3 men in a day?
Yes.
And then I ended up getting a yeast infection.
Yes.
I came out pretty unscathed for just a yeast infection,
Right.
considering what I could have gotten.
What is she talking about? Anyway, she said she slept with 35 people. So I want to know, ladies, is 35 people high or low? What do you guys think? Is that high or low? Do you consider in a lifetime a person sleeping with 35 men, a woman sleeping with 35 men? Do you consider that high or low? I'm gonna read this post on Hollywood Unlocked. It says, as we previously reported, Renner has a new interview out with Shannon Sharper for another episode of his podcast Club Shay Shay. And during the episode, Renner spoke about how she has an expensive taste and then proceeded to reveal that she has had sex with 35 guys. After sharing that information, Shannon Sharp had a priceless, okay, I think the video will be here actually, a priceless reaction, and so did many of people on social media. Some people seemed to think that 35 was way too high, and some people thought 35 wasn't bad. For a 31-year-old woman, she's like one for every year of my life. Plies even weighed in on the viral conversation yesterday and said, this is a guy, Plies, a rapper, says 35 ain't that many. That's like $35 worth of gas, babe. That's just a quarter of a tank of a gas. Shit, you got a lot left. Wow. Wow. That's like being 35 years old. You in your prime. Anyway,
I've had sex with 35
that's it right there. That's the video.
Okay.
Woo. Oh, Lord.
35.
Impressive isn't the word. So if I'm judged for
Anybody else
having,
need a shot of this?
if I'm judged for having great taste,
Judge discover.
Also, help yourself. We got this for the next hour. Woo.
I've had sex with 30.
Anyway, so that's when Rick Foss now say, hey, Shannon Sharp, so many questions. When she says black, where do you think she draws the line? And then, because I think this guy is mixed with all type of race, I'm just asking for all the one drop brothers and sisters out there who are aspiring to be 36 to 50. One drop rule. Oh my God. I'm done.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something. I'm leaving here with something.
I'm 36! I'm 36! I'm 30!
He wants to be number 36.
Do me a favor, right above you to the left, open that cupboard right there. Hand me out in one of those nasty awards. Do me a favor.
Nasty awards. Anyway, here's the main deal here. Let me tell you the main deal here. The main deal, I think Tima already highlighted what I really wanted to extract out of this. Okay, let me show you what I want to extract out of this. Okay, Tima says, wait, no, before I go to Tima, let me see. He played for, okay, she's a hot mess, so you think it's high. Is that a question? Yeah, it was a question with a question mark. What do you mean? 35 human beings? That person is for the damn streets, right? It's for them streets. That's kind of high, but it's our body also. D-Love, you can't help it. What do you mean it's our body? Is it high or is it low? Is it high or is it low? Oh, wow. This is the main lesson here, okay? The main issue for me is not the 35, right? So I'm actually kind of agreeing with D-Love, right? It'll be your body. Now your body now. If you want, you can go straight to 350 from 35, right? The main issue here is what Tima is saying here. It's not something that we say out loud because it's nobody's business. And I can't, for the love of God, for anyone who is interested about my woman's body count. The main issue is the fact that she will say that out loud. You get it? Do you get it?
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
Right.
If you don't get it, at that point, I'm not sure if I can help. Okay? I'm not sure if I elaborate, you're willing to listen. Okay. If you think the 35 body count is more of an issue than her being able to say that out loud, you're part of the problems of your generation. Okay. You lack social skills. Okay. And it's major. Okay. If you didn't lack social skills, there's a good chance we won't be talking about the 35 body count for many reasons. Maybe you don't have it, or you have it, it wouldn't matter. Okay? It just wouldn't matter. You know, there's something called shame, right? There's something called shame. But we're in a society where social skills is, right? Let me just speak my truth. She's speaking her truth, Abby. So here's what it is. But for me personally, more of the issue for me is having the like, wow. Like my wow is for you say that out loud, right? That's what it's about for me. That's what it is for me. Not the 35. The 35 could be a lie. It could be 55. How about that? Right? It could be 65. Right? So what are you saying, Ola? Would you get with a girl like that? What do you mean exactly when you say a girl like that? I just said if she's loud like that, I wouldn't get with that. That's all she needs to be. She could have 0 body count. If she's loud like that, I don't want her. I bet if she has 0 body count and she's loud like that, you want her, right? Exactly. See where the problem is? Anyway. Well, thank you for that, Tima. Maybe let's discuss body count as social currency. There's a school of thought that says sleeping with one person 35 times is the same as sleeping once with 35 keepers.
They're wise.
No, we're not gonna accept that. Sorry. All those spirits she mixed with is probably from a place of trauma. Hey, she's for the streets. That doesn't change the fact that she's for the streets. Said it with pride too, like no shame whatsoever. Listen, that is the issue for me. Will be the number one issue for me if I had an issue with a stranger, which I generally don't have issues with strangers, as long as they don't cross my path. Those men who said she needs to get nasty awards should give themselves one as well. Ha, Tima. Anyway, I'll be right back. I think we have maybe one last story. Okay.
You take.
All right, we're back with a little bit more Ginny Mai and Yeezy's story. Really quickly, I saw this today and I was like, okay, let me see what she's talking about, right? People are digging up all kind of stuff from her past, but let me play this video and then we'll take it from there. Let's see.
Black guys.
Loved black guys. Yeah, I did. But for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean.
Wait, what? Let me go back. Wait.
You dated black guys.
Loved black guys. Yeah, I did. But for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean.
All right, what do you think she means by that? I don't find that offensive. Do you think it's offensive? What do you think? Tiva says, I went on a briefest date a while ago. This empty-head man looked me in the eyes and asked me that what's my body count. I almost choked on my food. I told him to enjoy his rest of the day and I left. Oh, we will never find out if he's a good man. Oh Lord. Okay, I see them. Oh, I know what you're talking about. They were the reason. They were the trigger that started this channel. Don't forget. Anyway, so what do you think? Dark meat on the side. Is that like a compliment for black men? I'm not sure.
No, that's why I married white man. That's what I like.
Hold up. What do you mean dark meat on the side?
Lightweight offensive. I am I'm not.
Dark meat on the side. So does that mean black men are only good for side piece? Is that what she's saying? Or she's saying that in a good way? Or is she reserving the best for the last? Or help me out. What is she trying to say? Is she speaking womanese? Somebody said womanese. Is she speaking womanese? What does that mean? Maybe something we're missing. I mean, we don't need to know this stuff.
I'm saying I really do think black men are attractive. I do. Like that's my.
Well, what do you mean dark meat on the side?
You said side, lady. Side.
That means, honey. You know what that means.
Wait, what are you reading it as?
How did you say it?
I'm just saying, when I think about men, I like dark men. I do.
You like your
on the side. On the side, thank you for liking dark men, but you said on the side.
Main man to be white and your side.
Right. She said no, but that's what she said.
That is not what I mean.
Well, explain what you mean.
Okay,
what
I meant is like I used to date black men. Okay, I think they're attractive.
No, it's a bad idea to double down. It's a bad idea to double down. Just say that came out wrong. I love black men. We'll say that. But now she's gonna try to explain to this person's face. Oh God. Now look at her now. They're digging this up months later.
But what I decided to stick to because it just kept me happiest was my man Freddie, who happens to be white.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So at this point, she was married to a white person. I see this comment here. Somebody says, so basically white for privilege, status, and black men for fun. Ouch. Yeah, Kevin Samuel was, R.I.P. Kevin Samuel, he was celebrating this when that black man went to pick her. Pick her. You get it? Do you get it? You don't get it?
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
Listen, let me play the rest of it.
Hey!
You dated black guys.
Loved.
Let me come to the chat. That didn't come out right. It's not working out well for her. I think they're dragging her. Let's see. No, I don't think Ginny meant that in a disrespectful way. Okay. People took it as she would rather marry a white man but mess with black men as a side piece. She was married to a white man when she said this. Well, with time, did she mean opposite? Right? She will see it as half glass full as opposed to half glass empty. Right? Ola, he got too comfortable too soon. Oh, okay. No, that question is you shouldn't have to ask that question. If you have to ask that question, you're lame. If you have to ask a woman their body count, you're just lame, and you will never find out anyway. She will have 65. She has 35. Anyway, I don't think she meant harm. She lacked social intelligence and shouldn't have made that statement. Yeah, that too late. But then again, people may regret it later. We all do, don't we? That's a lesson learned for her. I think she means that between a regular black and white guy, she would choose the white guy, but money answered all questions. 2 years in a marriage is too short. You think? I know 3 months. I know 6 months. That would have been a better response, Ola. Which one? What did I say then? Yeah, like just... No, that came out wrong. I love black men. And then everybody would just rest. They will zuka no ikwe, right? Zukwa no ike. Everybody just rest. You want people to rest? Just disengage from Shalaye. They will just rest instantly. Maybe extra, give them 3 minutes. They will rest, okay? Jean misspoke. People would forever hold her down for that statement. Listen, that statement will keep haunting her back. Should newlyweds have a 2-year window to not have kids so that they can get to know each other? No, newlyweds should engage a lifetime coupon of learning each other for the rest of their lives. It's free. You just have to know it as a awareness. Like, just be aware that I'm going to be getting to know this person for the rest of my life. Okay? You might not see Shege until 7th year. After 3 kids. Right? That Shege may not show up. Remember, the Shege is not intentional. It's just when the insecurity rises to the surface from either side or both at the same time. That's when the Shege shows up, right? And then it's already 4 kids, voila, you know. So it's not a solution. I think it's an inadequate solution to keep telling people to hold off of having kids. If they want to hold off and have fun, that's fine. If they want to just hold off and whatever, if they want to say, I want to get to know you a little bit, that's fine too. But please don't set yourself up like that. You don't even know yourself until you are 7-10 years in a marriage. Even yourself, how much more another person? So I'll just put, I'll manage my expectations around that advice. That's all. I know a lot of people are pushing it, but they don't realize that people are receiving it as end-all be-all solution. Like, just don't have kids for the first few years. That's not an end-all be-all solution of anything. If anything, enjoy yourself, sure, but you're not gonna know yourselves until you find yourself in crisis, and then you come out on the other side. That's when you're like, you remember what Jinemai said? It was actually this guy, Jeezy, who actually made her find out for the first time that she had hot temper, right? That's real. Okay, you don't know how angry you can get until you're in it. Okay, and if somebody tried to explain it to you, you couldn't comprehend it anyway. So it's just part of life. The same thing is true if you were single. There's just some part of you that you won't know until you find yourself in crisis. So it's not just because of marriage. It's just a principle of life. All right, that statement is now hurting her, and because of that, some women are happy at her demise. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. Why, oh why, oh why?
Oh, beauty.
Not nice. You're right, not nice. She had a lot of respect for Jeezy, and I was rooting for them. Yeah. But obviously they couldn't figure something out. I heard marriage can bring out the dark side of you. No, marriage will bring out it's not can. Marriage will bring out the dark side of you. Right? It will. It's inevitable. Okay? But when you are aware, half of the battle is already won. When you're self-aware, when you just know this as a thing that is going to happen, half of the battle is won. You just have to now learn how to mitigate, how to navigate, and then, But when you're completely shut, closed eyes, and you're blind to it, and you're just like, well, I got to know you for 3 years, and, I think you were pretending all along. I think you meant to come into my life and hurt me. If that's how you think, yeah, it will get worse only. It will only get worse. Let's see. Okay, I think we have one last story. Okay, and then we can round off. About that way I can. Actually, we have a show tomorrow. I was gonna see if I can rest for a few days, but no, we have a show tomorrow for sure. I'll be right back. Right, let's see what this auntie has to say. There's an auntie here who is giving advice, and then we'll round off with this today. Okay. Patricia says, I'm getting scared of marriage, yo. No, when you meet the right one, it will literally make you forget everything I just told you. Okay? It will literally make you forget about it. Okay. But just think of it as life. It's not marriage. I keep telling you, don't put marriage on a pedestal. Okay, don't do that. It's life. If you're scared of life, then your statement will be correct. But if you're just scared of marriage all by itself, you should be scared of life then too. Because again, life, the older you get, will bring out the dark side of you. The only thing is that when you're collaborating with another human being to do life, that's a highly rewarding endeavor when you figure it out and you do it right. But you should also be aware that it comes with a cost. You have to now learn a little bit of high additional layer about yourself, right? On how you're able to do that. So don't be scared. Just think of it as life, okay? But it's a hack. Marriage is a life hack, right? You have to do life with another person. So it will ruffle your feathers a little bit before you figure it out. That's all it is. But when I say bring out your dark side, it's just a part of you that you don't know. That's what we mean. When we say dark, we mean it's in the darkness. It's not in the light yet, right? We don't mean that you're not become a demon. No. It's not that deep unless you make it that deep, right? Ginny comes from a man who was colorist, even towards her. Yikes. This is internalized and projected colorism. Eesh, ouch. Ouch. Anyway, who doesn't want a man to worship them even if it's based on colorism? Ouch. Anyway, let's get to this auntie. Here we go. Sorry.
I can guarantee you that you don't know anybody till when you live with them under the same roof. You don't.
Okay, so speaking of Patricia, she's going to give us our own solution, right? Until you live under the same roof with them, that's when you get to know them. Let's see.
Really know them. You know, those few hours of dates, nights, you know, lunch and all of that can never make you know anybody till you live with them. So my advice is, if you're getting married to anybody, no matter how strict your parents are, give them a reason that you need to coexist with this person at least for a week or
she's
two.
pushing, she's selling cohabitation. She's selling cohabitation, right? Like, live with them first, right? As opposed to don't live with them.
You live with whoever you want to spend the rest of your life with, at least for some time, to know.
What is some time? 3 months? 3 years? How long is some time? Let's just go with her best case scenario. 3 years. So you can fully know who they are, Abby. 3 years. Just live with them.
With that, you can accommodate their real character. Because trust me, if you do not live with someone under the same roof, you can never.
I mean, you know if they're a dirty person after a few days, right? Character? Okay. What about their dark side?
Really tell of how their character is. I can tell you.
Character.
There are people that are angel from the outside, but they are demons when you get to know them deeply.
Fear mongering, okay. When you meet a person who likes you, who makes you feel safe and secure, you don't have to think about the demons, okay. You just have to know that you're about to do life and there might be a need for education, skills. That's all you have to do. Just like anything else in life. Why does it have to be about demons? Does it have to be about demons?
In time, I can guarantee you that you don't know anybody.
All right, so let's see some of the comments here on Instablog Nigeria. So I said, only 2 days where I did my man house. The way they done, they regret the day he meet me. All right, she's done show shege in 2 days. Living together before marriage allows couples to test each other's compatibility before walking down the aisle. Okay, compatibility is another thing that people put on the pedestal. It falls off right off instantly. Okay, not instantly. Some people it falls off like around the 5 years mark. Like, I don't think we were ever compatible. What do you mean? What about all those 5 years? What about that children you created with them? That's not compatibility. No, I don't think we were ever compatible. Oh Lord. Before walking, this brother Kidola is listening to this now. You'll now be like Jezebel. Because now I can understand why I remember Jezebel. You waited all 5 years to figure out that you're not compatible. Anyway, before walking down the aisle and parting ways if there aren't a match. However, it does not guarantee a successful marriage. All right, at least they finish. It doesn't guarantee. And while at it, check sexual compatibility too, shit. Abby, don't go and sit down there and say no, we can't do it. But I need to see how we live. Don't be juju with that one. Anyway, let's see. Let's stop encouraging actions that foster immorality. Lobato. Now, they go from one extreme, they move to the other extreme. Right? They go from, you know, at least some people are demon. This one's now talking about morality. Right? So encourage immorality. And the issue that's not the issue. That's not the issue. Okay? That's not the issue. I also do not think this favors the sisters. Will God be pleased with this action? She clearly was not talking about God, but I hear you. Let's see. No lies detected. You don't even know yourself till you live with someone. Okay? I just say you don't know yourself until 7-10 years in the marriage. There's a reason why I'm saying that. Maybe I'm projecting small. Don't get stuck on the number. Maybe 5 years, maybe 7 years, maybe 10 years, right? Bottom line is a significant number of years, a number of years. That's when you start to find out about who you are as a person, right? Wait, but that was me before marriage. It's not marriage that make me. No, We are not meant to be alone. I'm not talking about marriage right now. We are social beings. We're emotional beings. We're social beings. We are meant to connect with other people. You don't exist without other people. You can't claim to know God without love for people, without knowing people and learning how to interact. You're capping. Okay? If you say you know God and you don't like people, I just want to get to heaven. You're a liar. Okay? At best. Okay? But that's why it's not the marriage thing. Don't worry about marriage. Everybody worry about marriage. Marriage is a function of the people inside. If you're trash, the marriage will be trash. If you're good, skills wise, not good people, skills, the marriage will be good, right? Anyway, true, but them know they no person finish. The person who is speaking some sense is speaking some pidgin. But them know they know person finish. Some people can pretend for decades until after. Now, I don't think it's pretending. I think we put too much weight on pretending. Yes, there are individuals who pretend. I think you put too much weight on pretending. They can also point that same finger back at you that you were pretending all along. And you just haven't been, your insecurity have not been provoked. Maybe until 7 years in. And now he turns around and says, you've been pretending all along. How do you like the accusation? I think people put too much weight on pretending. Okay? For decades until after marriage, they now begin to crawl out of their shells. My prayer is people with good and genuine intentions. See? Putting intentions on the pedestal again. Putting intention on a pedestal. Putting intention on pedestal, compatibility on pedestal, marriage on pedestal, you fall off. Every time. Because anyone can point the same fingers back at you. And every time they're pointing fingers, just like you're pointing fingers, there's 3 pointing back at them. Right? So everybody will collect. Woto. Alright. So all of this is nonsense. Okay. This is all attempt to eliminate the need for faith. Marriage, relationships in general, forget marriage or even romantic relationships, they're always a move of faith. You're allowing a person into your world. They can take your heart out of your chest and stomp on it. It's not necessarily intentional. It could be minority cases. Yeah, somebody's just being wicked. Your issue is probably not that. It's probably people that don't know what the hell they're doing. People that have gotten away with not learning how to do relationship for thousands of years. But now we're going into a different realm, a higher intelligence level, and we want to leave relationship behind into 19 or 1860. No, it's not going to happen. You need to ascend to a different level of intelligence as well in this aspect of life as well. It's not no different. It's not no different. But everybody just want to, let's just use common sense. If you love me, you will care about me. If you care about me, you will never offend me. That's a lie from the pit of hell. It's people that are closest to you, including your mother and your father, are the ones that offend you the most. Am I lying?
You doing what?
Anyway, so whatever this auntie is saying, I beg, leave that thing alone. 2 years, 2 days, you're gonna get to know a person. You're not gonna know nothing. You're not gonna know nothing. You're gonna get what you've been receiving. They're excited that you come over for some bola, okay, or some kwekus. But he's excited. You go back home 2 days later, same thing. Potato, potato. Okay, same thing. You don't know nothing. It's always a move of faith. Your best point of leverage is work on yourself as usual. Okay, keep working on yourself. Your self-improvement, okay, personal improvement, self-development, self-awareness. Build your self-worth. If you build your self-worth, there's certain types of energy that just can't be around you. It's not sustainable. They won't be. They might come around, you might attract them, but they will eject themselves. Okay. If you want to go sleep over go over for the night, whatever, sure, knock yourself out if that supports your faith. But please manage your expectations around that. Don't let this auntie tell you you get to know somebody. You're not getting to know somebody, okay? You might end up in an argument with that person. You see it as a red flag. Actually, it's an opportunity for you to learn how to resolve conflicts. But you like, that's a red flag, and then you dump that person. Right? Yeah, because they showed their true color in 2 days anyway, really. It's that simple. If it was that easy, everybody would be getting it right, don't you think? All right. So how long will you live with them, madam? That's the question. She said for some time. I don't know what some time means. For some of us, some time means 16 years. For some other people, some time means 6 days. So I don't know what she's talking about, right? You can be married for 10 years and you're still trying to figure. No, for the rest of your life, people are evolving. For every new phase of their life they enter, a new friction is generated, a new energy is generated, new problems, every new level, even in success in life, every new level you ascend to, there's a new set of problems. Every new solution creates new set of problems. This is called life. Welcome to the real world. This is called life, right? And then you build those muscles. It's just like muscles. You train them. You become better. You become better. You become better. Don't run away from your problems. Embrace problems. Don't give your problems away to other people. Don't do that. Okay? It's even science itself that we're all trying to emulate. It's excited when it sees problems. Go back into the lab and say, we're going to discover something new. What do we do when it comes to relationship? We try to escape. The grass is greener on the other side. It must be better. No, it is not. We're human beings. Okay? Does that mean you should just embrace everything? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying everybody is freaking paranoid right now, and they're probably shooting themselves on the legs, more so than anybody else shooting them on the legs. Okay? You can only figure out things at a surface level, yeah. And you're probably missing out on life if you're busy figuring things out. Instead of just learning how to appreciate the moment, you're probably missing out if you're busy psychoanalyzing your future partner. Okay? Yep, absolute cap. I agree 100% with cohabitation. I know our African culture frowns at it, but it makes sense. I don't know why you agree with it. Can you tell us why you agree with it? What problem exactly is it solving? That's all I'm concerned about. You know me, I don't disagree with it from a religious standpoint. I think you should do whatever works for you, whatever agrees with your faith. But what problems exactly are we solving with that? Because the problem they're saying is solving is that you will get to know the person. That's a lie. That's a cap. You're not going to get to know them. Unless you disagree with them, then we can agree to disagree. She's generalizing her experience. Compatibility down in the bottom. I know what you want, Chi. I wouldn't want to cohabit. I can spend lots of time with the person. Now, if you're a person of a certain age, okay, cohabiting is not the same thing as telling a 23-year-old girl to be cohabiting. It's not the same thing. Okay, if you've been there, done that before, that's a completely different dynamic altogether, right? So, you know, I would definitely it's different. You know, at that point in time, you're getting with another man of a certain age. Cohabiting might even be you have your own space and you guys come over. You sleep over. Sometimes you already have a closet there, right? That's not what we're talking about. I'm talking precisely about the idea that it is solving the problem of you get to know them. No, it is a lie, sir. I'm still getting to know my wife. Don't you get it? Right? I said that's a lie. Okay, that does not solve that particular problem. Okay. I can spend lots of time with the person, but it's important for me. I do think you should spend lots of time with them. Okay. I do think that if it supports your faith, feel free to sleep over. That's okay. I don't see any problem with that. Right? But and you get to know them more, but getting to know people is a lifetime journey. And the whole marriage thing or relationship in general is a move of faith. That's all I'm saying. Don't be trying to find out all the answers up front. You're missing out on life is what I'm saying. Don't be looking for all of the answers up front. Okay? If it feels good, appreciate the fact that it feels good right now. Okay? Continue to work on yourself. Leverage, right? Leverage. Don't overwork yourself by trying to figure out everything before you move. You don't have that horsepower anyway. You can't. It's not sustainable. What you can do is work on yourself, love yourself, have some self-respect. If something doesn't seem appropriate based off of your values, respect yourself, right? Work on yourself professionally speaking, improve yourself. When you accomplish stuff, that also affects how you see yourself, right? Continue, and then when you see somebody that makes you feel good, that makes you feel like you want to be around them, celebrate that. Don't go there and be looking for, let me see if the ears has, because my father told me that when the ears is like Obama, they must be from a family that they have kwashoko in that family. Don't be doing stuff like that. You get it? If you don't get it at this point,
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
Yeah. But pretending can only last for so long. Exactly. The pretending thing is not sustainable. So I don't know why people spend so much energy on saying somebody pretend. Most people, they will tell on themselves at some point. If you have your cues up, your antennas up, you should be able to pick things up anyway if they're pretending. So that's not something you can even blame on them anyway. You look for patterns. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you can see, you could feel it. If you're taking care of yourself, you can feel some things that are just off. And you can have a conversation around that too, like, wait, why are you telling petty lies for no reason? Like, why are you telling, I'm gonna get you anyway? Oh, I didn't lie. If they are doubling down on a clear lie, then at that point you start looking like, okay, all right, maybe this guy is right. You start paying attention to little things that you don't have to stress yourself to see. It just kind of becomes obvious to you because no, I don't think I can deal with that for a long time, right? You will know without forcing yourself to know. If you have to force yourself to know, you're probably burning up unnecessary energy anyway, So that's that. Let me see. How did we do? Are we doing well? With time, But yeah, tomorrow, don't forget, tomorrow we do have this show. She's gonna be here hanging out with us tomorrow. All right, let me just see what else. I want to see if I think I covered everything. I think so. Yeah, I covered everything. Yeah, we covered a lot today. So tomorrow, just with my wife, she'll be here. We have 5 important topics we're going to be covering that we will all learn from. We'll rub minds together. Every time she comes, I do learn a lot. Personally, I try to just, see what I can pick up out of her. And then also, but let's have a good weekend. But let's come here tomorrow and hang out for 2 hours. We'll try to keep it to 2 hours or less, as a matter of fact, tomorrow. All right. So I appreciate you, Patricia, Key Pearls, Chinye, Tima. Shout out to you. Oh my God, my sponsors today. Natu, thank you so much. Patricia and Tima, thank you so much for sponsoring the show. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hey guys, you make it worthwhile. Wow. Tomorrow, it's going to be fantastic. I promise. Okay, so just be here. All right. All right. Thank you so much. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.